You're listening to Entrepreneur's Enigma, a podcast about the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. Every week, your host Seth Goldstein interviews entrepreneurs from all walks of life about their entrepreneurial journeys. From store owners to Fortune 500 CEOs, we all have stories to tell. So sit back and join us for the next 20 or so minutes while we explore the entrepreneurial world.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneur's Enigma podcast. I am Seth with Podcast Mastery and Goldstein Media. Today I have Ali Machate I'm doing this slow because there's a lot of intricacies here. The founder of the writers, whatever it is.
It's the writer's ally.
Right, it's what that is. Because there's Ali. And it's spelled Alley, but it's not Alley, it's Ally. Oh my God, it's all whatever. It's fun. After all, remember, folks, this is not NPR, and even NPR would screw this up too. You like to make tongue twisters, right?
Indeed.
So Ally is a publishing specialist, strategist, author, services expert, and founder of said company, which I'm not going to screw up again. A former Simon Schuster editor with 25 plus years experience in the industry. So she helps authors write, publish, and sell high quality books that fuel business growth and attract ideal clients and boost their authority. Love that. Known for her honest, strategic approach, she helps authors cut through the noise and costly mistakes. It can get expensive if you do it the wrong way, and turn the books into real engines of visibility and results. There you go. How's it going over there? How you doing?
Yeah, great. Thanks so much for having me.
That's awesome. So you were at Simon Schuster, and how long were you there for before you I gotta get out and do my own thing?
I was there for a little over 4 years. We went through a particularly unique period of time. It was we had 9/11, we had the .com bust.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. New York really took it in the knees for a period of time there. And that's when I was at Simon & Schuster, and we went through a couple of years of shrinkage. A lot of businesses in New York, people were leaving and companies were shuffling, and
not just New York, but especially
everywhere, a lot of places. Yeah.
That was crazy times.
Yeah. So I was there, and we started layoffs. We had 2 years worth of layoffs, and
wow.
I made it through, but I kept inheriting books from a lot of the people who were being laid off or who left.
Oh, and, pressure. Yeah.
It just became a really untenable situation. And so I decided to step out what I thought was going to be temporarily to finish up the master's
It's always
degree.
that. It's always that. It's always thought to be temporary. It never is.
Exactly. I was so close to finishing my master's. So I thought, I'll do that full time. I'll knock that out, and then I'll come back, and, maybe the industry will start opening back up again and calming down a little. And I never went back. It might have. I
might have, but you're like, I'm on my own now. I like my own, doing my own thing.
That's right.
So you did the writer's ally. Did it right this time? Yes. Immediately after your master's, or was this something in between that?
No, I freelanced as a solopreneur for quite a while. I was a ghostwriter. I was a book doctor for most of the big 5 publishers. I did a little bit of editing and writing, and just, when you're first getting started, you say yes to almost anything. So I did a whole bunch of different kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It was really the ghostwriting that ultimately led to me starting the Writer's Ally a few years later, because as also, again, a very interesting period of time. This is when print-on-demand technology started to become available. And
you almost hit it perfectly.
Yeah, the self-publishing world really exploded. And what I found was that I was getting lots of clients, and I was getting lots of referrals. And because I was doing ghostwriting projects, which are very intensive, large projects, I was having to schedule out further and further ahead. And I started to think, there's just got to be a better way of doing this. People are coming to me because I've built trust and I know what they need, but I can't do all the things. And so I started to build a team.
So how big is your team now?
So I have two fabulous ladies on my administrative team that serve as project managers and general VAs. One is also a business manager for me. And then I have a team of editors, designers, general administrative folks, generally range between 10 and
Yeah,
15 people at any given time.
when you pull them in, that's how I kind of do with Goldstein Media. I pull people in as needed,
Yeah.
and it's also kind of what the book publishing world's like now, isn't it? It's very like you build your team for the project.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I think makes us really helpful to authors is because we come with the team pre-assembled.
Exactly, and custom almost like oh, you need someone that works well with this personality type, and that's the reason why I'm always like, I could have 10 people to choose from, who's going to do well with this
Right.
person's personality, and you have to kind of match personalities with the team and all that stuff. Otherwise, things implode.
It can happen. For us, it's much more of a match of experience and book type, usually. So
Yeah.
people who are, my editors are all very skilled in numerous genres, but I really look for people who have at least a handful of categories that they're particularly interested and experienced in, and that way they can give the best kind of feedback.
Awesome. So if people want to work with you at Writer's Ally, did it again? Did it wrong? I'm doing it right. It's just the fact that it's Ally, and it's spelled the same way as you wrote ally, and I'm like, it's still screwing me up, but whatever. It's cute. It's a nice little play on words and stuff. I like
Thank
it. It's well done, well done. So people come to you, and they come to you with like with an idea. Do they come to you with a book that needs polishing? Like what stages of this world do you jump in on, or are there multiple spots?
Yeah, there are a few different spots. I do some one-on-one consulting, and we offer an outlining service for authors who are coming in where they have an idea, but they need a little help trying to figure out exactly what the book needs to be. And most importantly for us, the strategy of how that book fits into their business. This is for, nonfiction in particular.
Yeah.
What are they trying to do? Not just what do they want to write, but what are they actually trying to do with the book? What are they trying to do with their business? How can the book fit into that picture? So we help them to figure that out on the front end. And if they need help outlining it, we can help them to do that as well. But our real sweet spot comes in once people have a rough draft. Okay. So once they have that completed draft, they come in and we start with what we call developmental editing, the developmental stage.
The fun time when you have to go back and read your draft so many times you get sick of it.
Yes, pretty much. We come in after that, hopefully. So,
okay.
When you can't look at it anymore, when you've done, as much as you can, and you've made it as good as you can on your own, that's when it's time to really get that objective feedback and to get that perspective.
When someone who's not in it as much.
That's right, exactly. And like I said earlier, even at that stage, we're always looking at, yes, okay, the book is good. That's a lovely thing. But is it going to do what you want it to do? Is it the right book? Is it dialed into the right audience? Is it going to lead people into a clear next step for your business? So there's a lot more going on than just, is the book good?
No, because the book can be good, but not do what it needs to do. And
Absolutely.
Like, well, that's good. It's good, but then you want it to work for something like pay dividends. I mean, that's the whole idea.
Right.
I love that idea. So you come in multiple different spots depending on what they need. So you're agile, you're flexible, you can help people where they need to go. Now, you left I'm trying to figure this out. You left early 2000s to pursue a master's. It was, look at this, supposed to take. It was a shit show in New York, and all over the world really, but New York really took it at the knees. Oh God, it took it hard, and you never really think about it until you think about it. I know that was a profound statement, but when you think about it, yeah, it was a rough. The 2000s were rough. The early 2000s, yeah. So then you went back for your master's. And you completed your master's? You got that done?
I did, yeah.
That's a big accomplishment.
Yes, thank you.
Got your master's, and then you started this. So what's the best thing about being an entrepreneur in your mind? Because you did the grind of you can't get much more corporate. You can't get more corporate, but both publishing corporate is pretty ruthless.
Yeah, and we were owned by Viacom. It was big corporation.
It was big corporate, yeah. So what was the best thing about being an entrepreneur after living through big corporate?
I think what I love most about being an entrepreneur is that I get to get more messy in the projects in a way. You know, like big level publishing, it's a lot of meetings, it's a lot of steps, it's a lot of departments, it's a lot of sign-offs. It's just a very, very long and laborious process.
Corporate.
And
Yeah.
absolutely. So the very epitome of what we imagine corporate
Yeah.
work to be. And as soon as I went freelance, it struck me immediately how much more fun I was having because I was able to work with the authors so directly and
Oh,
so
wow.
intimately on their projects. And even now, you know, I run the company, I run the business. I'm not really, you know, I don't have my fingers in all the client projects in quite the same way. But
Probably a good thing. So you can go get you're getting the deals and getting on podcasts and all that good stuff. Yeah.
exactly, absolutely. But I'm still able to be intimately involved. I'm still
Hmm.
working with my team. I'm still meeting with clients. I'm still available. I still talk to all of our clients at different points when they need different things. So I never get bored in a way that I could have foreseen staying in a corporate job over time. You know,
We're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show.
it can
Yeah.
start to be a little too routine. And this way, you know, if I ever get bored, I just come up with a new offer.
Love it. Love it. So what keeps you up at night being an entrepreneur? I mean, because, I mean, you know, keeping you up at night at Simon Schuster was, you know, am I going to make it through the next layoff? I mean,
Yeah.
what keeps you up at night now, if anything?
I mean, I think anybody who's in business now, at least part of our consciousness is being taken up by the economy. I mean, things are very volatile, things are very unclear. We still haven't seen the full fallout from the shutdown. We haven't seen the full fallout from tariffs. We've got a lot of arguments from experts about what those repercussions are going to look like, if they're actually going to happen. So you know that general uncertainty. And I'm in a business where, you know, books bring a lot of value to other people's
Mm-hmm.
businesses, but they're certainly not like keeping the lights on. So we're
Yeah.
definitely a thing where if people had to choose between groceries and publishing a book, clearly they're not publishing a book. So that's
Yeah.
probably the thing that I think about the most.
Also, AI, that's the elephant in the room. How are you dealing with
Mm,
AI? I mean, are you using it to your benefit? Are you beating it back with a stick? Are you dreading it? Like, what's your take on that? I mean, because I mean, people. I mean, honestly, people can. I mean, these people are writing books with AI. I'm like, well, that's not writing a book. That's asking AI to write crap.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. AI is a huge question. Everybody's
Hmm.
constantly talking about it. It's a real moving target
Oh
because the
God.
tools are changing very fast. The laws are still catching up. We just had a huge settlement with Anthropic, which you might have heard about.
Hmm.
So a lot of authors are now getting paid.
Has it been settled? Because I know it got settled, and the judge is like, "Not hold your horses." Did he let the horses go again?
Well, we're at the point where they set up a website so that authors can go and search their name or their book titles to see if they were affected. And then if they
Oh,
were, they basically just, you can sign up to receive, they've said it's going to be up to $3,000 depending
that's
on
not bad.
various
That's something.
criteria. Not bad
That's
at all.
something. I mean, honestly, if it's a week's worth of groceries, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, and I think it's more than the money, right? The more important thing is the finding itself, that we're
Yeah.
trying to say to these companies, no, it's not okay to steal the intellectual property of millions of people so that you can get rich.
And what gets me is they did it right, then they did it wrong. They
Right.
bought the god darn book. They bought the book, so they had the right for a second rights. But then they got lazy essentially, and they
Right.
said, "All right, well, let's buy more books.
Right.
Buy the damn books. Then you have the right second use." I think is what the term is, whatever the term is. Like you, that's what the
Well,
judge said. Is that
even
like you
even
bought
that
the
it would
books?
be, yeah, even there it would have been a little questionable, but at least they would have bought
Less
the books.
questionable though, a little bit. At least they would have paid something for the damn things.
Right, right. And instead,
Oh,
and in this case anyway, it was proven that they specifically used pirated book sites. So they knew right from the start that it
oh,
was
they knew
fake
what they were doing.
material.
Oh, come on now. I mean,
Yeah.
they knew what they
So
were
there's
doing.
that. But yeah, I mean, it's really interesting that you asked. So just last week, I feel like I passed a major milestone. I had the first inquiry from an author who admitted right from the start. This is literally how he started the call to me, Seth. He said, I don't really read very much,
Wait,
but I had this great idea for a mystery thriller novel, and I don't really know how to write. So I just had ChatGPT like teach me how to write this book, and then it helped me write it.
so
That's
he
the
did.
first
So he
time.
didn't help you write it. It wrote it for you.
It wrote it for you. It was 30,000 words, which is less than half a book. And he couldn't even explain to me really what the book was about. So,
So you didn't even read the damn thing.
So
Like,
yes,
I
it's
mean, like, there's
happening.
nothing against using ChatGPT for some ideas. Like, give me some ideas.
Yeah.
Give me a starter. Give me past like that's what my big thing is. I'm a writer. I was a journalist for 6 years. I'm always writing something. I have a newsletter, all that stuff. And sometimes I get faced with the blank page, and I'm like, now what? So
Right.
I ask AI this, that, whatever. Give me some ideas,
Yeah.
and it's great for that.
Yep. Absolutely. I think that
But
AI
it's
can be
not.
incredibly powerful.
And I mean, even if you write the book with AI, read it, then rewrite it, work with it. Don't. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh
Right.
my god. You
Yeah.
can't
So, I
make this
mean,
stop. You can make this up.
I use AI, not so much for creative projects, but just like you're talking about, when I'm sitting down to write blog posts or I'm writing emails for my list, using it as a brainstorming partner, incredibly powerful. Using it
Yeah.
to get you help in outlining or thinking through your ideas or measuring your ideas against different criteria. Great, powerful, helpful. I have no fundamental problem with AI. It's definitely about how people are using
The
it. And
misusage of it.
yeah, and it's
Isn't
really
that a word,
comes down to
misusage?
AI assisted technology versus AI generative technology. That's, I think, really the key.
Ooh, that's a soundbite right there. I like that. That's a good one. All right. So, what is the most important thing to carry with you all the time besides a book? Because you can't. That's too easy for you. You can't. I mean, obviously. I mean, I'm like you work with on books. Obviously, you have a manuscript with you. Probably every time you're anywhere, you have a book that you need to go through and something like that. But like, other than that, what's the most important thing to carry with you all the time?
A way to capture ideas.
Ooh,
I used to carry a little notebook with a pen. Now I use my phone more often than not. But any way to capture ideas, because you never know when ideas are going to strike.
you never do, and they always strike at the worst times.
And then you don't remember. You always think you're going to remember, but you don't.
You never do. You never do. So, Allie, people can go to the Writers Alley. Well, it's spelled writersalley.com. Go to writersally.com. You have a special offer for entrepreneurs and listeners that is in the show notes below. All your links are in the show notes as well. And this has been so much fun. I'm so glad we finally got to talk. And we'll see everyone next week.
Thanks so much for having me, Seth.
That was a great show. If you're enjoying Entrepreneur's Enigma, please consider giving us a review in the podcast directory of your choice. Every review helps us reach new listeners. If you like Entrepreneur's Enigma, consider the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcast.net.